Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It is me, Lasty here. Welcome today to a brand new episode of the FIFA 23 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 182 today. Hope you're all doing well. Happy start to the new week. Happy Monday to you. Today, I've got a couple of items on the agenda. First, I need to complete the weekend league. I need to get up to 11 wins. Second, I need to get those rewards and open them up. So, if you do enjoy, do me a small favor today. Hit the thumbs up button. Would love to see 1,500 to 2,000 likes. That'd be brilliant. Don't know how that is 1,500, but, you know, is what it is. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. It's free. You can click the notification bell, all of that stuff, and you'll never miss an episode. So, we used Mario Gomez for the first 10 games of Champs, and I also used him for my playoffs. I really enjoyed him in playoffs. Didn't get quite so much of him in Champs, and we're 6-4 at the moment. So not a bad result, but not as good as we've done in the last couple of weeks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch him out for back to Eto again, and we can bring Gomez on. But I just wonder, I'm just basically testing to see if Eto gives me a little bit more from the start or anything like that. You know, he is 20 times as expensive as that Gomez, so I think he probably does deserve to maybe get into the starting 11. But we go into the next one. My opponent has got a red Cristiano Ronaldo, which you don't necessarily see many people using red cards anymore, unless, of course, you've managed to get, like for me, I use Donnarumma, because he's just still about the best goalkeeper I could get on this game. And yeah, I tell you what, that base Ronaldinho that just scored against me has 80 pace. He was outrunning Atal. That makes no sense at all. It's not very nice. I'll forever tell the Atal jokes, don't you worry. But I do go 2-1 up. Zizou gets a goal for me there. Maybe another goal, actually. I think he scored the first one, perhaps. But Figo, a player that I never come up against, is the World Cup Figo. And I think he slept on a little bit. He might be quite expensive, actually. But he's got 5-star skills. And this game went totally bad towards the end. Like, I can't believe that I've lost this one. I lose 3-2. I get Ramos sent off. And honestly, I just thought that I can't believe I lost it. But then when I looked at the stats, I was like, oh, I deserve to. Just when I was in the game, I felt like there nothing but a win was going to come for that for me. But I guess the stats don't lie, so we'll just move on. We won't get stressed about it. We'll move on pretty quick. Next opponent has a 90-rated Vinicius Jr., not one that you come up against very often either, considering yesterday we were talking about, you know, players using a lot of the same, or people using a lot of the same players and a lot of the same squads and stuff. I've been, considering we were chatting about that, I've been pretty blessed that a lot of the players we've matched up against this weekend have had some pretty different looking squads. You know, you might get a couple of the players in each squad, but this guy's using Vinicius Jr., Forlan, Adama, Rafinha. They're not necessarily players you see all the time, are they? Absolutely not. Not as common as you do with the Mbappes and Jarzinhos of the world, anyway. But 2-2 in this match, and I have to say that this guy had some sort of esports-related gamer tag and stuff. I don't know whether he just likes that esports or he is a competitor or whatever. But he's probably the best dribbler I've ever seen on the game, that I've ever played against. However he could move with the ball was actually quite nuts, and props to him for that. So I just really tried to keep possession in order to not let him on the ball, and thankfully I had good enough attackers that I was able to actually keep scoring. So eventually we won 4-3, but that was some of the most impressive dribbling I've ever seen on this game. I just seemed to be able to work it really well. I don't know whether it's LB, RB, a combination of both, with some right stick action going on in there as well. It was solid. Very, very solid. My next opponent has a worldie of a team, including a prime Eusebio and a team of the year Benzema up top. Now that is going to be a particularly difficult strike force to deal with, and as well he's got Jarzinho knocking the ball into him. A comedy of errors there, which to be fair, I don't think it was really my fault, led to my opponent getting the equaliser. He hit me with quite a long celebration as well. Wasn't expecting that for such a lucky goal. But then when he went 2-1 ahead, he hit me with the same celebration, so I guess that is just what he's all about. Fair enough. So 2-1 down at half-time. Is this game just going to get worse for me? Well, it's looking like it, isn't it? It's now 3-1. Eusebio scored. Am I going to stick this one out? Well, looks like it. Alawairan, Adama, they're both on now, and I scored pretty quickly 3 minutes after he just scored that one previously. Take another 4 or 5 minutes on top of that, we get the equaliser. Didier Drogba with such a powerful shot. Goalie was never saving that one. And then look at this, Adama with the ball in, terrible ball in, but Alawairan was arriving, and I green-timed the header luckily, and it absolutely flew into the back of the net. And we win this game based off of that. What poor ball in that is. I was aiming for Drogba, and I don't know how, it's probably on me for putting the however much power or whatever on it, but my God, did we make up for it with a belter of a header from Alawairan. So we win that one 4-3 after being 3-1 down. That's quite a nice comeback. A previous version of me may have quit at 3-1. Oh, look at that squad, though. That's about as good as it gets, really, on this game, isn't it? Red Mbappe, couldn't be me. And obviously the Jarzinho. Team of the Year, Haaland. That's quite a front three. And I'll be honest, when he went 1-0 up, that first 8 minutes, I don't think I hardly touched the ball. That was someone that it was a different level of FIFA to me, and there's no point in getting stressed about that one. I think we've still got enough games left to get 11 wins without trying to sweat it out against that guy, because I think that one probably would have looked like a little bit of a 10-0 or something towards the end of that. He was way too good for me. And you do go for a little spell, don't you? Sometimes you get a few L's in a row, and that's okay. If you're not super competitive, and you are just looking to get like the 9 wins, 11 wins, 14 wins, whatever your like level is, if you can get any of them, then normally you're not going to worry too much about the odd loss or a couple of losses in a row, right? I think Zidane got more goals for me this weekend than he has for a while. I really relied on his super shooting to just get me out of a couple of difficult situations where I was struggling to break down my opponents, and he could just sort of somehow get through or somehow take a long shot that would work. And again, right here, that's superb dribbling to then get it into Drogba. That is all made by Zidane right there. And he has to be, I mean, I know I big him up because he's my favourite player in the world ever of football. Yeah, I mean, he's doing a great job. I just don't know if he'll ever make his way out of the starting 11. Surely not, right? I don't know. Anyway, 2-1 up at half-time. This guy quits. Appreciate it. Maybe he saw like the XG that I had or something and was like, oh, I'm not staying in this one. I've had enough. Because I did have a 4 XG and 11 shots in the first half. But I think what we need now is 2 more wins, maybe? Would 1 more win be enough? No, I think it's 2 more wins that we need. Another crazy squad. Another full of absolutely ridiculous players on this game. Zidane again. Do you know what? I'm only really just realising how much work he put in for me this weekend. The guy's a beast. What are we going to do now? Oh, yeah. Look at this. What a ball. I'm not going to lie. I saw Maldini sprinting forward, so I thought maybe we'd get a header with him. And then it ended up being a perfect ball for Drogba. And then another good ball for the man. I red timed that, and it still goes in. 3-0. You know when things are just going to go right for you? They're just going to go right for you. But yeah, this one was pretty much always just going to be a lasty dub, even if he gets that goal back, which he's about to do right now. Mario Gomez, poor keeper movement from me. Way too much movement there. And he stuck that in from a right angle, to be fair. So props to my opponent. But once we restore our 3-goal lead with a very, very, very lucky set of circumstances there from Mario Gomez and his keeper and defender, yeah, he's going to quit. That was enough for him, and I don't blame him, to be honest, because that was a bit of a dodgy goal to score. So that's 47 points. That's 10 wins and however many losses. And I then had 3 games in which to get 1 win to not bottle 11. My opponent had this squad right here, exceptionally strong. Probably one of the best back fours that you can get on this game, I would say. And yeah, having a red Salah and an Mbappe, and he knew how to use them, was quite something to match up against. And yeah, what is that goal, to be honest? A few of them have gone in at either end this week, haven't they? So I quit that one at 2-0. Then I had 2 games left to get 1 win. All right, 50% chance. It might not even be based on. It's more based on your opponent's skill, isn't it, rather than the fact that there's 2 games left. But this game turned out to be like super easy. 1-0 up, like really, really early on. Cruyff then knocks it into Drogba, low shot into the bottom corner, and I see that pause sign, and I'm like, 4 FIFA minutes in, got my dub, got my 11. Things are good. Life is good again. I can relax for another week. Actually, when you think about it, I think FUT Champs Finals is one of the more casual modes now, which is weird considering that is like the competitive zone of FIFA. It is what it is, right? So we give this guy a victory. You know, he probably didn't need it based on how good his squad looked, but I'm just going to give you the win, right? Simple as that. And it gets me done with 53 points or 11 wins. And so I went 11-8, didn't I, really, with 1 game spare. So rewards-wise, we know what that means. We're used to seeing this. It's going to be 3 red player picks, 1 of 5. 2, 1 of 2 84+ player picks. A rare players pack, the ultimate pack, the premium team of the week pack, and of course, enough points to qualify for the next set of champs, as well as 30,000 coins. Good stuff. So I'm trying to, the coin balance was sitting in the hundreds and the 200s this week. Be nice to get that quite a bit further up. So let's start with the red player picks then. What are we going to get? Best possible scenario would be an Eder Militao. We get a Walker Peters. All right, 87. I'm not going to complain. As long as we don't get him again, we'll be all right. Yeah, it's almost like I knew that was coming. Yeah, so we'll take him again rather than just taking the 84, because I'll just use him in an SBC. And even if I discard him, I'll just go ahead and grab him back within a few days. And then Iago Aspas. So triple 87s there for our red player picks. I'm not going to complain with that. We'll add another 87 to it with a little Fabinho. And we'll add a 86 to it this time with a Dybala. But that's decent rated. That's half a squad for an SBC of nice high-rated players there. So that's decent. I'm going to go ahead and take the Chelsea retro for this one. And I then discarded that Walker Peters because I wanted to open the rest of the packs. In terms of our team of the week, we get one of the highest, if not the highest rated. It is an 88 rated Berardi. Hey, I don't often get the super high rated stuff in the team of the week pack. It's normally not even a walkout. So I'll take an 88, 85, and 83. I can sell 2 of them for more than discard value. That is unheard of. So 30k for the 88. I think like 14k for the 85. And then I could discard Masuaku because he goes for like 11k. I might as well just take that rather than lose a little bit on the EA tax. Rare players pack then. Can we get anything even though there's nothing in packs? We can get a walkout, of course. It's going to be a Riyad Mahrez. Hey, I'll take that. I'm not going to complain any of this. I don't mind opening rewards when there's nothing in packs, because if I get the walkouts, I'm getting fodder. And that is that. I can discard this inform for 10k. I can sell the Mahrez and the 83s, and actually make a fairly decent amount of money. I think when a massive promo is out, a lot of the fodder players come down in price because so many people are opening packs, which actually means that this stuff is kind of decent value. In the Ultimate Pack, we only get a Jack Grealish, unfortunately. I mean, 84s and 83s are fairly expensive, so I can still make a decent amount of money from that pack. But it's certainly not everything we wanted to see and more. Would have been nice to get a little Mbappe or a Neymar or something in our pack. But once the things I've decided to sell have sold, we're up to 368,000 coins again. I think we've just about doubled our coin balance there. Decent. So that is going to be us coming towards the end of the episode. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'd absolutely love to see 2,000 likes. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Cheers. And follow me on social media. Links are down below. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of that stuff. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.